right with me, Amy Lynn. I just want to remind everyone my name is on the show title.
Why is that the case, though? Why do I not get any credit for this?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Matt, come on.
Cullen briefly appeared on a different 2MB studio show this week and decided to use that airtime that he had without me.
I almost won it too.
To stage a coup for ownership of this show. So that's the tea y'all missed this past weekend. But regardless, we're very happy to be back after our 3-month hiatus. We're very happy to have all of you here to watch me teach you how to cook something, us watch Colin probably fail how to cook something, although I don't know. My hopes are high. He did actually pretty well on episode 6, so...
I feel like I filmed this like 6 months ago, and I frankly don't remember what we made or how it went.
Neither of us really remember how well this went. But yes, thank you for all of you who are back or tuning in for the first time. We're happy to have you here. The premise of the show is pretty easy. Mostly me, I guess, pick something for us to cook. I write a recipe up. I cook it on my own. And then I have my parents taste it. And then I give the recipe over to Colin. And he also attempts to cook that thing and then also feeds it to his parents, although not this time. Is that correct? I just want to get that out of the way.
And I feed it to my adopted parents.
He has his adopted parents
my
today.
Friends, Ben and Jamie. No, I call them Jamie. Ben and Leah. Jeez, Lou.
But neither of us have seen each other's footage, so Colin will learn in real time the right way to cook something, and I will learn in real time how terribly Colin has messed up my very clear, straightforward instruction.
I don't remember, but I don't think I messed this up.
Well, that's
I
what
think
he
I did fantastic.
He says now. Yeah, I will say, I don't know, we don't have to linger too long on the hiatus, but I feel like a lot has happened. I don't know if we feel the need to recount. Colin became a master chef, correct? That's what happened in the last 2 months.
That's everything I put into it.
That's pretty cute. Yeah, so I guess we can just get rolling. We can roll with the I teach you how to cook this. Oh, I will say, sorry, this is what I need to start with. At the end of last episode, we decided to make it a mystery, although I think if you've been tuning into any of the Instagram posts and the Chiron at the beginning, you'll probably realize the mystery is no longer. We are making ratatouille. It was a choice between ratatouille and scallion pancakes. And to be quite honest, my mom told me she didn't love the scallion pancakes I've made for her before, so we went with ratatouille.
That's the reason, just lack of...
That is why, just to get that up front. That's why we're making ratatouille today. So yeah, let's get started with, I'll show you how I made ratatouille. As always, full disclosure, I don't come up with these recipes. Aside from the mac and cheese, I pulled this one from a food blog I frequent called Cookie and Kate. But basically, ratatouille is just like using all these summer vegetables. You really want them fresh. It's a great way to use up your garden, as it were. So a lot of this at the beginning is the just veggie prep. We're just chopping up the onions. You don't have to be precious here because it's all going to go in one pot in the end. But like, you do want to try and get the chunks as evenly sized as possible, just so they all cook consistently. Then you're going to dice the eggplant. You'll see I cut off the ends, which makes it a little easier to manipulate. Also, you don't want to eat the gross stemmy part anyway. So, and then once you...
I did learn what an eggplant was.
I'm sorry, you didn't...
I wasn't sure what I wasn't sure what the eggplant was at the store. I had to look it up.
I'm really forgotten.
But now I know.
How little Colin knows. It's fine. We're learning together. Yes, we're just dicing them here.
I didn't know what they look like.
Have you never eaten eggplants?
I've never eaten like a whole eggplant on my own.
But you've gone to a restaurant and you've ordered eggplant dishes?
I don't know. It doesn't look like they don't serve it in like the giant cylinder.
All right, we're gonna have to go on an eggplant eating tour at some point.
An eggplant tour, yeah, they have those.
You're just gonna same thing with these yellow squash and zucchini. Just dicing them again. You want roughly consistent sized pieces. And then they will all go in this roasting pan together. Just a reminder, the best way if you're putting parchment paper in a baking tray to help it stick is you just splash a little bit water on the bottom, and that helps the paper stick. So that's just like a thin pro tip for you every time you use parchment paper. We're also chopping up some bell peppers here. Ooh, yes, that is a fun fact, Colin. Sometimes an eggplant is called an aubergine. That's a good pro tip for you. Thanks for that, Tina Talon.
I'm not gonna remember that. I'm just not.
That's great. You can have it on the quiz next time. We just toss the bell peppers in there. It could be any color bell pepper. I just picked the orange because I liked the color of having the orange and the yellow and green. The fun thing about ratatouille is it almost get the rainbow. Except for blue. Blue is like a weird color for food, I feel like. Yes, thank you for labeling that as 1 clove of garlic. I will say this is probably my least favorite part. I absolutely hate mincing garlic, but we actually need 8 cloves. You will only need 4 for the ratatouille, but we also made garlic bread for this because I want to challenge Colin. So that's why we have 8. Right
what
now.
is okay? So the clove of garlic is the single thing. What is the big? Is that just a bulb? Would you call the whole thing a bulb of garlic?
There may or may not be a question on this later, so I will let you simmer on that. Yeah, just scooping and got some basils. You're just gonna pick the leaves off after you rinse them. Obviously,
an eggplant of garlic. Okay,
it's called an eggplant.
It's 1 eggplant of garlic. That makes a lot more sense to me.
Yes. I am taking off the stems here because you do want mostly the leaves. Although if you don't mind the stems, go ahead and keep them. I'm telling you how to handle your basil. If you like basil stems, you are just gonna roughly chop it. Slap chop that garlic, if you will.
Why aren't slap chop? I don't see you've never recommended slap chops to me, and I feel like it's.
I know how to cut vegetables, so.
Yeah, but it's so much faster because then.
Is it though?
You just slap it. You do a little slap chop.
You're gonna toss some garlic. Toss some olive oil over this and salt and pepper over both trays. We do want the eggplant on a separate tray. I will say garlic presses are dope. The fact that one of my roommates left one behind one time is one of the best things I've gotten in a move. Colin, do you want to explain what a slap chop is?
Who doesn't know what a slap chop is?
Wow, this is coming from the man who didn't know what an eggplant was. Okay, so tone down on the judgment there.
If you watch TV in like 2010, 2011, you slap. It's just a slap chop. That's what it is. It's exactly how it sounds.
I'm with Tina Talon. Colin, you are not in a position to be questioning anyone.
You know what?
Anyway, we're tossing the vegetables here to make sure the seasoning gets mixed in, but you do want to make sure that the vegetables stay in a single layer. You don't want them to clump together because you want them to roast evenly. The eggplant will go in the middle rack, and then the other vegetables will go on the top rack. This is important. We will switch them later. Yeah, now we get to the fun part with the tomatoes. This is the first time. No.
Why is the tomatoes the fun part?
Because I love tomatoes. Tomatoes are great.
Oh, okay.
Also, we get to blend them. Blending is always fun.
I see.
You're just going to move the chunky middle parts of the tomato because we mostly want the juices and the flesh. You don't want the woody cores here. You don't have to be super precious about chopping them here because we are going to blitz them. We're going to blend them. You can use a food processor or blender. I'm just using a blender because that's what my parents had readily available. But yeah, you're just going to chop a bunch of tomatoes and dump them in the blender here. Chalky middle part was my nickname. Yeah, give us all your nicknames in college in the chat. I'm very much
sad life. That's sad. That's the sad story behind that one.
Yeah, you can see they're blending here, and you want to get them to a frothy pulp because tomatoes are relatively soft. That'll happen pretty quickly.
Looks like a smoothie.
And now we're using our sweet, sweet Dutch oven. Thank you again to my cousins, Caroline and Tony, for giving this to me. But I had to leave it at my parents' house because, wouldn't you know, suitcases don't hold Dutch ovens that easily. Anyway, after you put in the garlic oil and it's ready, you dump in the chopped onions from earlier. That was just some salt and pepper. And you're gonna cook it. Onion does take a while, which is why we're doing it first. And you'll know it's ready when it's starting to look translucent. And it's caramelizing, browning on the edges. And then you're gonna add in half of the garlic you minced earlier and stir and cook until you can smell all those allium fragrances.
Oh yeah, allium, love it.
Do you remember what an allium is, Colin?
Oh yeah, I remember. I think about it every day.
You want to define it for the class?
Oh no, it's between me and God. So.
Okay. Anyway, you're gonna add in your blended tomatoes, and just stir. It will seem like it's super watery at this point, but that's fine. Part of this is we're cooking it all down together to get those flavors really melding. So once your veggies have been roasting for 15 minutes, you're gonna just stir your veggies again to make sure they're just evenly cooking, and then again making sure they stay in a single layer. Before you put them back in the oven. And then you will switch the order. So now the eggplant will go on the top rack and the other vegetables will go on the middle rack. I like this. Colin's like, there was 211 degrees Fahrenheit because he couldn't boil water. That is
first of all, that was one time that it was up for debate. Second of all, I can boil water, and it was boiling that specific time. It didn't.
Anyway, once the veggies have cooked for the second time, you're going to add the eggplant into your tomato sauce mixture. You can see we got that browning that comes from them getting all roasty and juicy. And you're just going to stir them into the pot. Yeah. Let that go for a bit. Hopefully you guys didn't miss anything important. I'm sorry, you all didn't miss anything important. It seems like the feed froze for everyone, but I mean, we're just adding things to a pot. That's pretty much what it is.
2MB is now live, huh? Streaming.
Then you're gonna add the other vegetables once the eggplants have cooked down a bit. Again, stirring it in so it can really get in that tomato stew sauce you're creating. You can see all the colors really melding together. And then we're adding some salt and pepper as they're seasoned, as it's simmering. And I believe also some red chili flakes maybe, or that's later. Again, I really cooked this 3 months ago, so we're using a lot of historical.
Yeah, I don't remember any of this at all. I could have done none or all of this.
Yes, we are actually making ratatouille. I will preface this by saying I briefly suggested Colin we make it the restaurant-ready version that is seen in the Pixar movie, and the estimated cook time for the person who knew what they were doing was 4 hours. So Colin said,
My estimate for my time would be 3 days of nonstop work.
When you add the dried oregano, you do want to crumble it with your fingers as you add it into the pot, which kind of helps release some of the aroma. And now we're adding in our chopped basil. You'll not be using all of the basil you chopped earlier. You will be using most of it, but you can save the rest for garnishing and also for the garlic bread, which we will get to momentarily. I, too, would watch a 72-hour stream of Colin's delicious mind. Maybe that's a Patreon exclusive.
Yeah, that's for my exclusive subscribers.
Just throwing that out there. But yes, then you want to add red pepper flakes to get that heat kick at the end here. And that is our ratatouille. Oh, I guess I added more basil. I don't know. I'm always pro more basil. I love basil personally. So
why? What do you love about it?
The flavor.
Huh. Interesting.
Anyway, this is just me tasting it. something I will admit I forget to do in my own cooking, but that you should do is you should taste as you go, and that way you can also see if you want to adjust, if you want to add more seasoning or some flavor has gone off. The earlier you start the tasting, the easier it is to adjust. Yeah. Now
Wow,
the garlic.
nice title card.
Yeah, loving that hot
Nasty.
paint. Yeah, so you can see I just bought a full loaf
You
from.
already eat pre-made garlic bread?
What?
Nothing.
Did
I
you
thought
buy?
it said garlic bread on the side.
Anyway, a second thing I mentioned earlier is you do want to actually remove your butter before you start all the cooking, which will give it time to soften. This is something I always forget to do when I have to work with butter. But you'll have your softened butter. You'll add the rest of your garlic. You'll add salt.
You don't need the butter to soften because you just put it by the space heater.
Oh boy. For those of you who have not tuned in before, Colin once softened his butter, not by using a microwave, not by heating the butter on a stove or anything, but putting it next to a space heater. That is Airbnb I've ever seen. Anyway, you will cut your bread in half lengthwise, so you have these 2 long loaves, and then you're just going to spread this garlic.
The space heater was already going.
Yeah, it does not have to be precious. It doesn't have to be pretty. I mean, it's garlic bread. I mean, if you want to make, artistic garlic bread, you're right. But I am not that precious with my garlic bread personally. It is more important to me that the butter and the garlic is coating the whole of the loaf. And then you're just gonna slap it closed, and then cover the whole loaf in foil, and then put it back on the baking pan. And then bake it. And that's a garlic bread. Slap, chop it, closed, and
just get the slap chop in there. It's a multi-purpose tool.
It really is. And then this is removing it, and then we're just chopping it into the slices. As much as tempting as it would be to just bite into the loaf unsliced and just chomp down that way. I was sharing this, so I've
seen her do it before. It's not a good sight.
Look, don't get between me and my bread. Yes, this is a bread knife. That is correct, because I'm chopping bread. I'm using a bread knife.
Any knife can be used to do anything if you have the willpower.
Colin historically uses a bread knife for truly everything. And most things he should not be using a bread knife.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
My mom recommended me the bread knife for chopping vegetables.
I'm worried about your fingers.
Are you calling my mother a poor chef?
No, I'm calling her a smart lady who's worried about her son's finger health. Oh, I forgot. We do all the tasting at the end. That is correct. So it is now time for my favorite portion of the show. Colin, are you ready?
What is the tasting part?
No.
Oh,
Quiz it right.
Oh, the quiz part.
As a refresher, after the first episode, I realized, as evidenced by the fact that Colin did not know what eggplants were before we made this, has some pretty glaring basic gaps in food and cooking knowledge that I just wanted to address as we go along to see if it kind of close those gaps. So yeah, Colin does not know what these questions are. In my mind, these are very straightforward. To my memory, I've aced this quiz every time. To my memory, you have aced 0 of these quizzes. Anyway, let's go. Question 1. Match each unit of garlic to the correct picture.
Oh, a little foreshadowing before. All right, here we go. A is the bulb. B is the clove. D is the powder, and C is the string. Rock that.
Yes, he did. Good job. As a reminder, he did not know this before. Our previous recipe, when I asked him to get cloves of garlic, he mistook the bulb. And so he truly just had so much garlic. I think I said 2.
I also didn't have a blender, so it was all just like chunks of garlic in the...
I said 2 cloves of garlic, and he chopped.
Why is it
bulbs? What?
Nothing.
What? What's
Nothing.
Your question? What's your question?
It shouldn't what is a clove even? That doesn't make any sense. A bulb I get now that I look at it because it looks like a light bulb, but a clove is nothing. It's a nonsense word.
This I will admit I don't know. If anyone in the chat knows why it's called a clove. I will say yes, head is the other, that is bulb or head of garlic are interchangeable. I just know it as a bulb personally, but if you ever see head of garlic, same deal. Cool. Number 2, which of these show a cube of butter?
Did I not get the cube right?
No. You remember what your cubes were?
I don't remember. Wait, well, it's singular, so it's got to be B. That's a cube, right?
So your final answer?
Yeah.
Nope.
You said a cube. You didn't say cubes.
I said which of these shows a cube?
Which of these shows? You didn't say which of these shows are cubes.
I did. Can we go back to the question? Which of these show a cube of butter?
A singular cube. I'm trying to mess with my head. Get in my brain.
Anyway, you cut pats last time. It is not the end of the world if you do pats instead of cubes, but when you are making dough, it is much easier to manipulate the smaller units of butter.
Yeah, this is very disruptive. That feels right.
I'm sorry. In what world is B a cube? It is. Cubes have even.
I don't know. You threw me off by saying cube instead of which of these is a cubes.
Anyway, so first one he got right. Second question he got wrong. Let's see if he redeems himself with question 3. Which of these is an appropriate tool for rolling out dough?
What do you mean? I rolled dough fine in the last one. all of the above. A, B, C.
You're saying all of them?
Do anything you want.
You're going with all of them? No, yeah. Won't use your hand. You'll never get the dough as thin as you need it to be.
They were fine.
They were not fine. Your dough has consistently been lumpy and too thick and sad and very disappointing. I will say, for those of you who don't know, if you don't have a rolling pin, the wine bottle is a good trick. Just any, tall.
I didn't have that either. I only had these two guys.
That sounds like a you problem. You got your rolling pin taken away by the TSA. How is it even like what? How is that a danger on an air?
You can whack people. You can do some whompings.
What are you doing when you fly, Colin?
I just sit there quietly praying for the plane to land.
Anyway, for those of you who don't know the bottle trick, basically you want the bottle to be clean. I prefer an empty one, although I guess you could use a full one if you have to. And then you will flour the outside of it so it doesn't get stuck to the dough. But then you can just roll it. You will have to keep flouring it as you go. But you kind of have to do that with a rolling pin anyway. But yeah, definitely don't use your hands. Preferably use a rolling pin if you have it. But if you don't, any kind of glass.
Or if you don't have anything, if you're just in a cabin in the middle of nowhere, your hands are an easy way to do it.
No.
Like a pizza.
I refuse to believe they didn't have any tool that would have been better than your hands.
I was being respectful of the space.
Anyway, sounds like we got 1 out of 3 this time.
I think I got 2 right, though, because it was a trick question. I think that one should not be.
No, you got 1. You got 1 out of 3. Nice emoji. That's what we got today. All right, Colin, are you ready to show me your footage?
I'm ready. I don't remember any of it. We'll see how it went.
Well, we already know you didn't know what an eggplant. Oh, starting with the eggplant. For someone who didn't know what eggplants are, you're having a lot of lingering. Are you
lingering?
Chef's knife. Okay. I will say, did you get a pre-sliced eggplant? Because we didn't see that process.
No, I didn't.
No, how'd they get sliced?
I sliced it.
Didn't see that footage.
I don't remember if I filmed it. But look how good at chopping I've gotten.
I would still prefer if you angled your hand 90 degree, because this way, your thumb is in danger. If you do it 90, at least You might hit your knuckles, which isn't great, but it's safer than your finger. But it's fine. It's fine. You are using a proper knife. I will give you credit. What are you doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
Why are you just like slowly peeling away the inside?
Because what am I supposed to do with the insides?
You scoop them out.
Uh,
This does seem
there's so many rules. There's so many rules to learn.
We've cooked with bell peppers before.
I feel like I did it the same way. What?
The only new ingredient today was eggplant.
I feel like I did it the same way last time. I didn't get any.
I guess the zucchini and the squash were new too. Did you know what zucchinis and squashes were before?
I didn't know the difference.
All right, okay, getting some seeds.
Oh,
you have so many pepper seeds on your cutting board now.
That adds flavor.
Also, why did you slice them first?
What do you mean?
The bell peppers. I told you to roughly chop this.
I don't know what roughly chop means. I don't know what slice means.
It was a previous question.
Any slice I do is a rough chop.
No, this is a very slow, sad, way too small.
But first, you want me to be careful with knives. Now you want me
to be careful, but I don't want you to waste time. You're wasting time. You're adding.
It's any time spent enjoying yourself is not a waste.
Were you enjoying yourself?
Not even slightly.
I was gonna say, I feel like you don't enjoy cooking. Yeah. What is your process with these zucchini, the squash here?
It's I mapped it all out beforehand, like a skilled technician.
This does not seem skilled. You like slice them and then put them on the side, and then there's this big chunk piece that has not been fully sliced. I don't know what's going on. I would love also a real-time clock just for context. Also, Colin, are you putting the vegetables directly onto the pan?
No. Maybe. I don't know. What am I supposed to put them on?
I said to get parchment paper.
You expect me to read all of your instructions?
Yes. You don't know what you're doing. Read the instructions. Or at least get aluminum foil. Oh my God, you're gonna have 4 pans that don't belong to you.
They said they didn't say anything. They said it was fine.
What's going on?
What do you mean?
You started scooping them onto the pan before you finished chopping?
Yeah, yes.
Also, I didn't know I need to say, now you're doing tomato. Why aren't you roasting the vegetables first?
What? Jamie, I don't have any answers for you.
Also, why are they in 3 separate piles?
What do you mean? All the vegetables?
Yeah.
Because I just knew I had to chop them, but I didn't know what each one did. I don't read all the directions at once.
We've clearly learned this. Also, okay, when you're chopping the tomatoes, which are very juicy, but you haven't cleared the rest of your vegetables, they're gonna get tomato juice on them. See, look at—
Isn't it all gonna get tomato juice on it at the end anyways?
But you don't want it there now. The order in which the tomato juice hits the vegetables is important.
I disagree with that. I don't believe in that.
Oh, you changed camera angles? What was the impetus?
I just wanted to get a better shot of this green stuff here.
Okay.
Where's that? Basil?
Yes. Do you not know that's basil?
I don't. It's been 3 months.
You should still—
I forgot all my cooking skills.
What basil looks like. You have some background.
Oh yeah, there's Ben.
Adoptive parents. One just staring.
He's just looking at me.
Oh man. I can't even watch you blitz the tomatoes because I'm so creeped out. This does look like a very robust food processor. I would have recommended you put in all the tomatoes and then blitz, but I mean, this works too. This is fine. They are all going to get mashed by the end. Ooh, did you get them to sign a video release? That's important.
Oh no, we're gonna get sued.
I'm sorry. So what were you trying to stir the vegetables with your hand and balance the tablespoon of oil in your other hand?
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
Got my ham hands ready for anything. I should try to use my hands to just slice stuff. I feel like that would be effective.
Please don't. Please don't. Oh God, I can already tell you did not evenly distribute that salt enough.
I also shouldn't have worn a white shirt for this because I got olive oil all over it.
So you do still remember something from cooking. Okay, again, why are you using your hands? I told you to use a spatula.
It's good for what?
For stirring.
Why?
Because now your hands got all olive oil and salty. Wasn't that gross? Wasn't that not a good feeling?
I found it pleasurable.
I highly doubt
Something
that.
I may bring into the bedroom. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Colin, this is a family friendly.
You're right. This is for children.
At a reasonable hour of the
For
day.
sleep, I meant that I would sleep with olive oil on my hands.
That's also concerning in a different way. So you're doing the onion now?
I don't know. I didn't read the instructions carefully. Also, I try to cook things like I don't like because I know it's gonna take me an hour to chop everything, so I try to like start cooking like when everything's all chopped.
So, I mean that is fair. That is fair. You should actually try and chop everything first. Can you clear your onion paper detritus? I'm very distracted by it mixing.
It was for the aesthetic purposes. I needed to balance the frame.
It's really ugly.
I needed to balance the frame. You wouldn't understand. I'm a professional.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't understand. I wouldn't understand. Okay. That rack does look like it's at the bottom and not the middle, which is unideal, but it's fine. Okay. It's fine.
What is there's no difference.
Don't worry about it. It's too late now.
You've made your bed.
Okay.
Yes. This is the most important part. Carefully and methodically putting the ingredients in.
The oil does not look like it's evenly spread around the bottom of that.
It's evenly spread enough in one corner.
I'm sorry, did you say it's evenly spread enough in one corner?
Yeah, just don't worry about it.
And I deeply hope Colin does not use his hands to stir the vegetables in the pot, but I can't say with confidence that he won't.
I got a lot of calluses, so it's just I can do pretty much anything.
Oh,
my hands are my only tool I need.
Oh God.
I've thought about using my hands as a pot, but a lot of standing over the oven.
Yeah.
My heat tolerance is great enough though.
Then I'm still not seeing your cooking utensil. Okay, finally we have a wooden spatula.
What did I need a utensil for until that point?
I mean, I'm already worried about you put your vegetables on the pans naked. Like we're already going downhill, I feel like.
I'm not gonna just go get parchment paper, Jamie. It's just not a thing I'm gonna do. I
have told you before, if you don't have parchment paper, you can use aluminum foil. Yeah, I do really need you to knock in that lone onion slice at the edge of the pot. It is bothering me.
Where is it?
It's over in Ghost Cursor. Do you see it?
Oh, yeah. There it is.
Yeah. Okay. Got the tomatoes in. This is a nice deep pot. You have used wrong size pots before, so I'm glad you finally learned that lesson to some extent.
Yeah.
I really need
a Dutch oven.
I need you to scrape the onion so it doesn't get stuck to the bottom. Yeah, there we go. What are you doing with your other hand? Why are you just clawing?
I think it's got olive oil on it.
Oh, maybe because you stirred vegetables with your hands. Huh? How about that, huh?
I'm still enjoying it.
Oh, look who's using the spatula to stir the vegetables now.
Because it's hot, maybe.
Okay, hey, I'm seeing clumping. Those don't look like they're in an even layer.
It's an even layer. Don't worry.
That is not an even layer. Chat, is that an even layer? Does that look like an even layer?
It's even enough.
It is not even enough.
Big heap.
Not in the slightest. Colin, that's a you question. I don't know when the tiny rat chef hiding on Colin's head is gonna show up.
Oh, this cooking's all me, baby. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, because if a rat was doing it, it would have gone more smoothly.
I don't need any rats.
I will say that eggplant does not look as cooked as I'd like it to be. I don't know if you remember, but by the time it made it into my pot, it was pretty browned and like mushy and like very softened.
Yeah,
these still look like more roast time.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
I will say these are pretty robust pans. I'm very surprised you didn't ruin them. So good on the pans. Not good on you. All credit to the pans. Yeah, I agree. Every time Colin does not worry about it, I too get more worried. Every time. Also,
well,
is your pan hot enough? I'm not seeing any simmering. Is it on? Is the stove on?
Probably.
It does not look like. Okay, I'm seeing some steam. I don't know.
Yeah, there.
Did you just serve your adoptive parents a raw vegetable stew? I'm very concerned that's what we're getting.
And they loved it. They loved every second of it. Raw vegetable stew was my nickname in college.
We didn't see you add the zucchini and the squash and the bell pepper into this. They just showed up in there. I will say at least the errant onion somehow finally made it in.
Oh yeah. Or it fell into the oven.
I'm a little worried you didn't have enough tomatoes. This is looking less stewy than I think it should be. But you also have your camera. We're getting a very narrow view of this pot. Did you have to get brand new pepper? What's going on there? You look like you're struggling.
I don't know whose pepper that is. I was just using a lot. I was stealing a lot of ingredients.
Okay. What is this?
Oh, the llama shaker. I remember that.
Oh, that's cute. Is that salt?
I don't know. Hard to say.
I'm sorry, you just put it in and you don't know what it is?
This was 3 months ago, Jamie. I don't know what's in the llama.
Oh, God. Adoptive mom and dad, what's in the llama? I know at least one of you's in the chat, I think. Great. Well, Colin is still with us.
Oh, yeah. Ben is filming this one.
Oh boy. What just happened there?
Tripped briefly, maybe.
How did you trip? That's such a short distance.
I'm not good at maybe we can do walking with Jamie Lynn. You can teach me how to walk, right? Apparently I can't do anything right.
No, you really can't.
Come on.
And we're back to the llama?
Yeah.
Did we just rewind? Oh, did we just rewind? Or you wanted to see the
accent.
I think that's fair. So you're stepping over something? You try?
I think I'm doing a little dance. I think I'm just doing a little successful.
I also like that you kind of like your head bob forward.
That's a great question. I don't remember that.
I would love if you just slipped.
Yeah, I got a lot of olive oil on the floor at this
all
point,
over the floor,
just to kind of speed things up, speed up my movement a little bit.
What are you adding? Is this the oregano?
Probably.
Why are you unscrewing it?
Because I gotta take the paper off.
Why okay, you had to buy oregano and you bought like the largest bottle of oregano I've ever seen.
And I've used it every day since.
Have you?
Yeah. just on my microwaved hot dogs and things like that.
Yeah, I'm very worried you did not add enough tomatoes to this. And the eggplant is still looking
There's more tomatoes to come.
from where?
I don't know. I don't remember. Looks delicious, right?
Okay, sure. You did not soften this butter, did you?
It looks. It's.
Nope. Do you see how solid and chunky it looks?
How am I supposed to remember to leave the butter out of the fridge?
I put it as the first step. Are you telling me you skipped the first step?
Maybe. It's softening now, isn't it?
Is it? Oh, are we? Oh, did we finally learn how to soften? No space heater this time?
It's too hot. It was the summer.
It was summer. It was late May.
This was in June, I think.
Or June. All right, because you took your sweet time.
Yeah. Ooh, that's soft. Look at that.
Why are you giving us a hero shot?
I just wanted you.
It's totally fine to use pre-minced garlic. The flavor will not be as fresh. So I would personally use fresh garlic, but I also absolutely abhor chopping garlic, so I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Also, I'd like to thank my host for the seltzer water in the background.
Is this sponsored by the brand?
Yeah.
Do you remember what brand it is?
I have no idea what brand that is.
Are you putting the lid for the garlic on the seltzer? Did you just see it? Did you realize you were doing this?
I think that, yeah. Where else am I supposed to put the lid?
I really hope that you then drank out of the minced.
You know what? I did. I did on accident, and it was really gross.
Oh I really hope there's footage of this.
I don't think I got it, but I did drink it.
You're adding the basil now? I didn't tell you to add the basil now.
Sometimes you got to improvise when you're an expert chef. You start with the base and then you just build off on your own creation.
That's right. You're calling yourself an expert. It is so liquidy.
I've cooked 8 things in my life at this point. Or is this 7?
This is 7.
I've cooked 7 things in my life at this point.
I will give you 8 because last time we had to cook 3 dishes, although you only made 2 out of the 3. So.
Oh yeah. What didn't I make?
The deviled eggs.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. What is this bread? That's not a loaf. What is this? A hot dog bun? What is this? Oh, Colin.
Ben said it would be okay to get this kind.
Don't blame your adoptive father. You're a full adult. You should take
Italian bread. It is Italian bread. In my defense.
Take ownership. Take ownership of your choice. You are using bread knife. Oh, and you're spreading with the butter knife, maybe? Did we finally teach you proper knives?
I know what a bread knife is.
Do you see how enthusiastically the people are cheering for this? Because how many times have you not done this before? That's why.
We are applauding you because they love me.
The very most basic.
They view me as a leader.
What's going on with the foil? What's happening?
I'm foiling up.
What? They're not closed. You're foiling them.
They're not closed? What?
You don't put the foil directly on the butter. You gotta close both halves of the garlic bread and then.
I don't believe in that. You didn't write that in the instructions.
Yes, I did.
Oh. My bad then.
Okay, Colin, every time you blame me for not putting it in the instructions, but also I think there is a level of this that should also be your common sense, and it worries me that you don't have those instincts.
If I wrote you a bunch of instructions, you wouldn't follow them either. So don't know this.
Okay, I'm sure there's a version of the show where you do this, you do the ingredients, and I am sure I still make a tasty meal out of it. See, this is why I didn't want you to put the basil in to start, because now it's super burnt. Also, very unevenly distributed.
No, it's
also,
not.
It does not look toasty. It just looks like soaked in butter. Look at him staging, though. All right.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. I'm an artist.
It looks like a meal.
Yeah. Thank you. That's all I've ever wanted to hear from you. That's something I made looks like a meal.
I will say, if you want to see an alternate version of the show where Colin teaches me something, he has tried to teach me video games. I'm very, very, very bad at video games. The level of bad at which Colin is with cooking is me with video games.
I like that no matter what you say, I'm good at. Like, I don't know. Like, you're just trying to make me look like a man-child here anyways.
But are you not good at video games? It's not my fault. That's the go-to. Oh, you did help me learn how to bike better. We'll
That's
give you
true.
that. Is that better? Is that less of a man-child thing?
I don't know. I'll think about it.
Anyway, so we've watched me cook. We've watched Colin cook. I am actually going to turn on lights. It got real dark for me.
Jamie just leaves for the next hour.
Great. That is true. He taught me so well. I broke my arm. I did break my arm while biking. That is something else that happened in the 3 months.
That's because you didn't keep up with your lessons.
Yeah. Do you have a quick biking tip for the chat?
Quick biking tip. Whenever I go over a bump, you bend your knees so it doesn't shake you too much. You stand up and squat a little bit.
What?
That's my tip. I don't know if your bike doesn't have like a suspension or anything, and you go over some railroad tracks, and you're gonna get your booty rocked. You know what I'm saying? Forget it. Let's move on. Let's move on.
All right. Without further ado, let's go to the tasting. We start with my parents, right? Is that how we usually do it? It's been 3 months.
Set it up.
Okay. We have ratatouille and garlic bread and basil if you want to add it on top, even though I already sprinkled some, but also on the garlic bread. Anyway.
This is post Mother's Day, so we see all the flowers.
No, we can. It's not in frame. All right.
Well, this flowers.
Okay, if you're sure. There, Scooby eats flowers.
All
okay.
right. Can we start?
Yes.
Oh, smells good.
I already added.
Well, I just want to have.
It's 2 Scoobies and Wile E. Coyote sharing a chair, if you couldn't tell.
Very fragrant.
It's probably
Very
the
good.
basil.
Mm-hmm.
The pink stuff in front of Scooby are flowers.
Has a sweet taste
Mm,
from the
edible
onion.
flowers.
It's sweet onions.
Scoobies.
Yellow onion.
Well, I'm a sucker for eggplant, and this is good.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
No, very love eggplant. It does have a sweet smell, right? Sweet taste.
Is it the
Mm.
basil?
No, I think it's the onion.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't add any carrots or anything.
No, it's tomato, zucchini, squash, tomato, carrot, garlic. It could be the tomatoes.
It could be.
Could be, yeah.
They were very ripe.
Mm.
Garlic bread is good.
Oh, let me try the bread. No, I like the eggplant.
And you use
Blending.
fresh garlic, huh?
Blending very well.
Yeah, that's the crunch you want to hear on your bread that I don't think you have, Colin.
Yeah, Dad understood my intent. I see.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys did that.
Oh, this is Italian bread.
Dip the bread in the ratatouille.
Wow.
She used fresh garlic,
Yeah.
so you can taste it.
It hit me when I'm eating. Wow. You just hit the palate. Good. Very pleasant surprise.
Okay.
You got one soft bread supporter, Colin.
Mm.
Hot bread is great because you don't get the crumbs all down your shirt.
I think Scoop wants to know when can he eat.
Okay. All right. It sounds like it's time for the video to stop.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
We have historically.
I like that you just gave your dad. You gave your dad nothing. You gave your dad nothing on that joke.
Wait,
He made a joke, and you're like, this is over. Let's end this.
look, I don't criticize your relationship with your parents. Oh man. All right, Colin, are you ready to show us your taste test? Do you want to tell us who
Oh,
these
I'm
people are before we meet them?
These are my beloved friends, Ben and Leah, who are also a married couple.
I'm sorry, your beloved friends? Are they not also?
I think I'm more friends with them than you are.
Wow. I'm just saying, I run a D&D game for Leah, and
Yeah, you're kind of like an employee of hers.
I've been to
You
Ben's
run-
Thanksgiving, so I think I am friends
Out
with
of
them.
pity, out of pity. But anyways, let's move on.
Tell me when.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for letting me use your kitchen to make this delicious meal. Ben, do you want to give it a shot first?
Yeah. I get all of it.
What do you think?
It's good.
Is
It's
it?
actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
There's so much tension building up in my chest.
Yeah, I think it's good.
All right, Leah.
I'm not gonna go for it. Is it hot?
No.
It's good.
Are you?
It tastes like a garden.
What like how is it? Does it feel like cooked properly? Does it feel like all the vegetables are like?
I feel like maybe the vegetables could cook for like a little, like they're a little crunchier than I expected.
Yeah.
Especially the onion.
Yeah.
Or
The
there's,
onion?
maybe it's also like there's a lot of seeds.
The onion is supposed to be crunchy.
What is each from?
Zucchini.
Oh, zucchini or tomato?
The onion is not supposed to be
Turns out
crunchy.
it was zucchini.
You don't.
Do you want to try the garlic bread?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
No, it was a larger green chunk than I expected. It's good. Oh, it's basil. It's basil.
Yeah, it's basil.
Basil garlic. Why are you just watching me?
I don't know. It's your response moment. All right, my response moment.
Response moment. That's good.
It's good.
Thank you for your level of detail. It's passable as garlic bread.
You know, this is just my own taste. I would have put a lot more butter on.
Hmm.
I feel like it's not particularly garlicky, but it's tasty.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That is the issue of using cream-minced garlic.
Oh,
Like it's kind of basil butter bread.
yeah.
Yeah.
You mean basil butter bread?
We can do a combo.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. You want me
It's
eating this?
yeah, please.
Oh, they also did it.
my own.
Nice.
Let's put it all together.
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn. Colin, what a ratatouille.
Shit. Do you think I'd pass as like the ratatouille guy? Ratatouille.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
It's good all together.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think the rat meat really brings a lot.
Oh yeah, I added that specially for you.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought your own rat.
All right. Well, thank you guys for your honest opinion.
You're welcome.
The onion skin was still in the frame. I saw all that. All right, Colin, you also ate this. How did you feel about it?
I thought it was okay. Honest opinion, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it came out pretty good, and I actually ate all of it that was left over.
I will
So-
say, I think this is one of those recipes that it's like kind of hard to mess up. I think with the issue that Leah clocked is probably right. I think your vegetables needed to cook longer, and then the flavors would be
Yeah.
even richer and deeper. So that's just something to keep in mind of when you're looking for, is this ready? Like, don't necessarily follow the clock. You should always look at what you want the ingredients to look like, which is why I usually for cook times, I try to give you like, this is the texture consistency you're looking for. Anyway, yes, the people are asking, is this a woo food?
You know what? Yes, I think any woman would be seduced by this ratatouille. She would just have to sit there and wait for 4 hours hours while I made it.
4 hours?
I think it did take me 4 hours.
Oh,
So I start cooking at 6 o'clock. Nice 10 o'clock dinner time.
okay. Well, as long as you're happy with the meal you made. I guess we're in a weird place because normally this is where we pick what we cook next, but Colin, you're gonna be a nomad again, yes?
Well, we could do it. I'll have a kitchen.
We can do it?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna have my parents' taste test. But I could have your adoptive parents' taste test, maybe.
That's true.
They could be my new.
That's
My new
true. I'll feed it
parents
to
as
some
well.
strangers on the street.
We can figure it out. Oh, I think the chat is giving us suggestions. All right, we got enchiladas. Any other suggestions from the chat? My thought is now that you're in Boston at least for a couple weeks. I feel like we could go Asian. I've been waiting for the day. I've been waiting
Let's
for
do it.
Ooh, you think so?
Yeah, I'm in.
Ooh, moussaka could be fun. That's an eggplant dish, by the way. How do you feel about eggplant?
I love it. I know exactly what it is.
We could also do a pie because you and dough go together so well.
I can make a pie. I can make a pie easy. Like a joke to me.
Because you did so well with the cake. I want to be clear, cake is one of the easiest things to bake. Pie is not. Savory pie. That could be interesting.
What is a savory pie? That just sounds like the flavor of
chicken pot
pie.
pie. Chicken pot pie. Or
Oh.
meat pie.
Didn't we already do that?
No, we did a shepherd's pie, which is a false pie.
Oh. It's not even shepherd's pie is not even a pie. It's just like a bowl of food.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Like
All
a
right,
stew.
looks like people want pie, but it's really just what kind of pie? Isn't that the question?
But people are always begging for pie. Well, I'm gonna give it to them. I don't know.
You don't need to make it sound like a threat.
I'm trying a new thing. Or I'd threaten the audience.
Ooh, duo of pies. We could do a sweet pie and a savory pie. Do you think you're ready for that?
Yes.
I think it's
100%.
too early for pumpkin pie. Yes, unfortunately, KO Pies is shutting down. I'm also upset about this. I freaking love that place. That's disappointing. Yeah, buy your KO Pies now, people. That's our PSA. Yeah, I guess maybe Colin and I will noodle on Colin likes KO Pies, right?
No.
Really?
I don't know. They're not that great.
Wow. Colin is gone from the show now.
It's not that, it's not that I hate KO pies. It's just that, Australians.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
To any Australians out there, I just want to say y'all are great. Don't listen to Colin. He, again, is not the host of this show. He does not speak for us. Anyhow, yeah, so we'll make 2 pies next time. And hopefully it'll be next month, but maybe it'll be in 3 months again. We'll find out. In any case, it will be on a 4th Sunday. Follow 2MB Studios on all the channels. They'll be sure to let you know. You can also follow us because we generally announce when the show's happening too. Colin, do you want to plug any socials?
Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at UniqueSpirit889. I do some comedy stuff there.
You can plug, or I would say it's probably best for me, or follow my Instagram. Sorry, I don't use Twitter that much. So my Instagram is only Jamie, and it is mostly food pictures. So that's how you can find out the next time we do the show, which hopefully will be next month.
It'll be next month.
It'll be next month. But yeah, we're doing 2 pies. One will be savory, one will be sweet. And we'll see if Colin has finally learned some lessons. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh yeah.
What is this?
This, buddy. Hey, buddy. Sorry you didn't get to participate, but here's an eggplant for you. Oh, Douglas. He doesn't like it. Let me pet you now. Okay.
No,
See,
I'm not letting you pet it.
I don't think he's going to get it down.
Oh, look at it.
I have the size of snacks.
Just gotta pulpify it.
No.
All right, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
Oh, Douglas.
All right. Thanks for tuning into Cook It Right. See y'all next time.
Bye.